The last activity I want to show you is probably my students' favorite. It is under activities and then time to climb. So if you've ever used the Kahoot website to play games with your students, it's a very similar experience. It's just a little bit cuter because they get to choose a game character and they see themselves. There's a mountain they can climb, there's an underwater one. So it's the same idea where you would enter your questions, or sometimes I just do vocabulary. You can do like add a picture here up. If my students are working with school object vocabulary, I might put a picture of a book and say, is in the question here, is this a book? And they can say yes, no. Or you could also use images down below in the options where you could say, where is the book, and then maybe have an image of a book and an image of a pencil, and they have to click on the correct one. So in a story about Puerto Rico, I might ask I would want to ask questions related to that. I could say things like, what is the capital of Puerto Rico? And then answer one, and you'll click the check mark next to the correct answer. And if you want to have more than 2 answer options, you can add more. Once you have your question 1 complete, you click here to add another question. You can change the time that they're allowed. I find 30 seconds to be a little bit long, especially if you're doing a live Nearpod and if someone walks away. And because if you set it at 30 seconds, if they all finish and answer the question in 15, it will move on to the next question. But if there's someone who still hasn't answered, it's going to wait for the full 30 seconds. So usually it happens to me that someone either lost their connection and is no longer in my Nearpod, or they decided not to play for whatever reason, or they went to the bathroom. So it's a very long time to sit for 30 seconds when everyone is done and answered their question. So I do usually change it to maybe 20 seconds. Just really depends. You can try it out, play with your groups and see what works best for you. But this is their favorite because it's like a game. And they like to see the podium at the end also for who is first, second, and third.